Yo, what's going on, everybody? So today I want to change subjects a little bit, something that I read, kind of go back and forth with some people on the internet, especially YouTube. This kind of goes back to ulcerative colitis, and even though I, at the moment, don't have it because I have had my colon and everything removed, one thing I see a lot is people talking about, here's the remedy that I did that cured ulcerative colitis. Here's the diet that I went on that cured ulcerative colitis. For me, that really bothers me. Using that word cured isn't something that should be thrown around lightly. They should be saying this is a remedy that I've been using to put me in remission. This is a diet I've been using to put me in remission. The word remission and cured are something totally different. A lot of these people are telling you that meat is bad for you. You should stop eating meat. You need to be eating tons and tons of different fruits because that's the cure for it. Now, I'm not saying that what they are saying is necessarily wrong, because that might have worked for them, which is awesome. However, again, they should be using that word remission and not cure. Another good thing to remember is that, give me one second here, there we go. To remember that what works for one person may not work for you. All of our bodies are different. For some reason, when I had colitis, and I mean, when it was really bad, the only thing that would help me out was actually eating like spicy food. My main go-to food was buffalo wings. It couldn't be just wings. I had to have the buffalo sauce on there. I don't know why. I even asked doctors the same thing, and they pretty much just told me everybody's body is different and reacts different. And oddly enough, for me, spicy food is what settled everything. I don't know if it was a high acid level that just calmed it or what the deal was. Um, so for people to say to stay away from certain stuff, I mean, go ahead and try it. It might work for you. It might not. Um, but that big word cure, man, that really bothers me. People saying that, and then the big thing that I've noticed lately is um, after they've been talking, they tell you to click a link to follow their program. Then when you click the link, they're trying to get you to buy something. They want you to buy for a consultation appointment. They want you to buy their diet book to cure it. I really hope nobody falls into those things. I feel like those are just something people are trying to get from a personal gain. Especially when they use that word cure. I mean, that really bothers me. The only way to truly cure it is to have it removed. Now, when I've been telling people that, I get the smarty pants people back, telling me, well, that's not true because it can go, into your rectum. It can move into other places. That is true to a point because when you first have, your colon removed or, parts of your large intestine removed where the ulcerative colitis is residing, um, you do have another step that needs to be taken, and that next step is to either decide if you want to keep your ileostomy or colostomy, however you want to call it, or whatever you have. Um, Deciding if you want to keep it or if you want to, do the reversal process, which would be, such as the J pouch, what I'm going through right now. Um, but in that middle, before you decide what you want to do, yes, you do have a chance that it can spread, to something else. That is something that is possible. It's not very common, but I don't want to say it never happens because, yes, I'm sure it does happen. Um, my doctors told me I think there was like a 5 or 10% chance that it could happen. Something pretty slim. Plus, it's usually something they'll notice at the time of surgery. If it's moved lower into the rectum, they can usually see those kind of things. Anyways, but you do have to decide what you want to do: keep it or do your reversal. And when you do decide what you're going to do, if you decide to keep it, they remove the rectum and you have your bag permanently and you're pretty much cured because they've already removed everything up at the upper end. There's nowhere for it to spread to. They've cut it off already. And then your rectum is removed, which is the main thing that could be prone to the disease. So that's taken care of. When you do the reversal process, I mean, they're going to pretty much do the same thing. They're going to remove your rectum, so you're not going to have to worry about that. And up top has already been taken care of because it's already been cut off, to what was infected. Other than when you do the reversal, I've spoke about it before, you can get pouchitis, which is in your newly created J pouch. Apparently it feels similar to how ulcerative colitis feels, but they do have some strong medications and antibiotics that they say, kick it within 24 hours. I haven't had that yet happen to me. I mean, I'm still new, only a couple weeks into it, but I haven't had it happen yet. Now, on the diet side, a good thing to try, because a lot of people say, oh, you need to stop eating meat, you need to be a vegan. That's not true at all. Like I said, it may have helped them, sure, absolutely. It may help you, sure, absolutely. But is that something you absolutely have to do? Is cut meat out of your diet? No, it's totally wrong, totally false. One of the better diets you can try, if that's something you want to do, is a low residue diet. You can look that up. It's basically just keeping high fiber items, food products and stuff outside, not using it. So I mean, some of those things, which actually include some of the fruit that some other people eat. If any fruit has a seed in it, you want to stick away from that. If the fruit has a skin on it, you want to make sure you peel the skin. Same thing with vegetables. If there's any vegetables that have a skin on it, you want to make sure that you peel that skin, and preferably you want to steam it. You don't want to eat it while it's in raw form. Like if you like eating veggie dips, try to stay away from that. You want to make it more soft. Meat-wise, meats don't really even have fiber, so truly they shouldn't bother you too much. Now again, like I said, they may bother you because everybody's body is different, but ultimately they shouldn't bother you that much. Beef, lamb, chicken, fish is awesome for you. Eggs is good. But you do want to make sure that you also, cook them good. Make sure they're kind of lean, soft. You don't want to be eating, hard burnt edges, things that are hard to digest. Milk and dairy, I will agree with pretty much everyone else. That's usually a stay away, food or drink. That usually does upset a lot of people. I can't really disagree with that one. I personally just don't drink milk to begin with because it's actually not even good for you. It decreases calcium in your bones, so it actually makes your bones weaker, prone you to more fractures, breaks when you fall, do harder falls, things like that. Yeah, I mean, really just you want to try to stay away from, those seeds, definitely in the fruits. Nuts, you want to stay away from those things, raw vegetables. Beans usually aren't too good. Anything with like a lot of grizzled dairy stuff, things like that. You can look up low residue diet a little bit more because I know that's something that helps a lot of people. Now I do want to say it again, just so everyone knows. Again, what everyone is talking about, these different diets and stuff, curing it, that is totally false. What they should be saying is putting them in remission because technically the disease is still inside them, but at the moment they're just in remission, and the disease isn't winning the battle at the moment. The only cure is, yes, to remove it, and any doctor can tell you that. Otherwise there is no cure to ulcerative colitis or even Crohn's. Now I do want to say I wish nobody ever has to have it removed. I really hope a diet or medication helps you first before you have to remove it. It's always a last resort. You can't just go into a doctor and say, hey, I have ulcerative colitis, I want my colon removed to cure it. Well, unfortunately it doesn't work like that. I really wish nobody has to go through what I do, now, and what I went through in the past. Because it's definitely not fun, takes over your life and everything. I did talk about that earlier in one of my first videos. I'll put a link to that in the bottom of my description. Otherwise, if someone else has some more questions on, medications that I went on, what doctor I see, what diets I tried, things like that, just leave a comment. I'd be glad to get back to you guys. Unlike others, I'm not going to just do an automatic reply with a link to some book that I want you to buy of mine. That's just wrong. So, feel free to ask away. I'm fairly quick at responding. Definitely like the video. Don't forget to subscribe, share. Otherwise, I will get back to you guys in a couple days, and we'll take it from there. Peace.